Bonelab, my dearly beloved Bonelab, my short campaign Bonelab, my oh so wonderfully not updated Bonelab. I love Bonelab. Me and the homies love Bonelab. In my last video about the VR drought being over, I briefly discussed Bonelab and the mod lab work, and you thought that wasn't going to be a full video. What do you mean, my guy? We're out here milking Bonelab content like it's a Fast and Furious movie starring Ben Shapiro and the Kool-Aid Man. Bonelab as it currently stands is still one of my bigger letdowns in the VR scene. I'm sorry, Alex Knoll. I know you've popped into streams sometimes. I promise this isn't personal. Everyone go buy Bonelab on behalf of Alex Knoll. Me and the homies love Alex Knoll. But obviously the mod support has kept this game afloat and relevant since release. So what's the big deal about LabWorks? Well, sir, I'll have you know I own a PC with an RTX 4090 and an i9 13900K, 256 gigabytes of RAM. It's capable of developing the next Spider-Man game in 4.20 seconds and mathematically getting you some bit. If you're anything like me, you were kind of disappointed with the Bonelab campaign. I know they were planning on making this game focused on mods, but I missed that memo. My bad, guys. Y'all got a pencil I can use? I left mine at home. After coming off of the Boneworks campaign, yeah, that's right, I've only owned Boneworks for a little over a year. Call that short-term success, baby. STS, new single called I'm Broke as Fuck. But coming straight off the press with Boneworks, then immediately just drowning the campaign with Bonelab, I felt like the game was a little. I'm sure we had mods, but where was the story? I wanted to see something that Bonelab had to offer that wasn't just a skin or vehicle. Don't even get me started on the SDK. That's not what we're on today. But let me introduce you to the biggest mod, in my opinion, to hit Bonelab. LabWorks is the full campaign of Boneworks inside of Bonelab, so if you've never played the original or don't have a strong enough PC, then this would be the best way to experience this beautiful game. Especially if you're planning on upgrading to the Quest 3, playing this game natively and wirelessly is a godsend to our fellow Boneworkers. You thought I was going to say boners, dude. I'm too mature for that. This is a serious Sigma business channel. If we're not talking Bitcoin, we're not talking biz. But the only thing I would say that needs to be improved is that it's just not done yet. I'm not complaining. Take your time. You know, if my biggest complaint is that it's just not finished yet, you're doing something right. I'm curious if they could do a separate version for the Quest 3 without it being too much work, but I'm not expecting the SDK to be that feature rich right now. So just pretend like I didn't say anything. For now. I say almost everything, but realistically, they're almost done. The latest version includes all the way to Tower, which is just a couple levels to the end. We also have a few of the sandbox map, which in my opinion just screams Bonework. I remember loading up Redacted Chamber for the first time and learning about this entering door part with the void and looping the level. Just things like that made me absolutely love Boneworks, and I'm happy I can experience that in Bonelab. With this mod, I'd say that Bonelab is nearly perfect. I'm still waiting on whatever update they release next, but this is definitely something to fill the void with while we wait for Stress Level 0 to update the game. This really goes to show you that all Bonelab needed was a few more levels and it would have been 10 times better. But with this also working on Quest, how's the performance? Boneworks was made in 2019 as a PC VR exclusive that didn't really fit with the Quest 2 in mind. But how did this lovely set of modders get LabWorks running natively on a dog poo ass mobile chip we've been rocking? We rocking the Core 2 Duo gang, 2006ers rise. Every piece of footage on screen right now is running natively on Quest 3. It's seriously impressive how much they were able to fit onto this headset. It's also a good representation of the power of the Quest 3. So if you were still on the fence about purchasing it and you'll know you'll be playing a lot of Bonelab, this is a definitely very solid headset for that. On some of the bigger maps like Streets, performance varies on areas but never lags for a super long time, and usually it's just a small but ignorable hiccup. Simpler maps like the best map in the game, Museum, is super solid with LabWorks. What is Boneworks if not just a continuation of the level Museum? I will now dedicate this channel to just the Museum. Me and the homies love the Museum. But even bigger maps like Warehouse, Tower, and especially Central Station, which even causes my PC to lag while recording, just goes to show you how much optimization truly matters while developing levels for a game. Stress Level 0, if the next update or game or whatever anime skins you're working on, take some notes. We got modders taking your whole flow, dude. He's gonna win the 8 mile. He's gonna 8 mile all over. If you're a filthy questie, this is now the best way to experience Boneworks. Especially with Fusion, you can experience it with friends on Quest 2 and PC, all within the same game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There isn't anything to talk about here. Stress Level 0 has been radio silent outside of this update that they did for the 1-year celebration. We did get this funky looking GIF. Don't say it. Don't say it. I know you're thinking about it. Don't say it. Don't say it, dude. Don't say. But what should you expect from the next update? Me personally, I'm hoping for some sort of Quest 3 upgrade. It runs fine for now, but definitely something to be improved upon. Marrow will likely get this fluid movement through it, likely to improve those big yitty anime girl avatars. I'm hoping they do some sort of update like they did with the keycards, just something to extend the vanilla experience even further and give that $40 price tag more of a meaning. But what do you think? Does this fix Bonelab for you? Are you looking forward to playing Boneworks for the first time or again after a while? Thank you to our mega rich patrons, A Stupid Artist, Retro, Tor Willem, West, Denasi, and Only Mints. And of course, thank you to our budget-friendly patrons as well. Look, Stress Level 0, Brandon, Alex, whoever's watching this video. If not a Bonelab update, Please just give us Video Game High School Season 4. I will die on that hill. If you're already working with Jimmy Wong, and I know you're still in contact with Freddie Wong, just give us Brian and the Law, have an Avengers Endgame level event just one last time. Please, bro.